All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about something deep, who we really are. It all comes down to our moral identity and the choices we make. So, to kick things off, I want you to imagine something. Okay, picture this. It's raining, one of those dreary days. The street's totally empty. And as you're walking, you notice something. A car door just cracked open. What's your first instinct? Do you just keep walking? Or do you maybe go over and shut it? So you get a little closer, you peek inside, and there it is, right on the passenger seat. A wallet. And it's not just any wallet. It's thick. You can see the cash sticking out. And suddenly, the simple choice gets a whole lot more complicated. And here's the kicker. You look around, no cameras. Not a single person in sight. No one. It's just you, that car, and this moment. This decision is entirely yours. So what do? I mean, really do. Your answer right there, that's the good stuff. That choice, the one you make when nobody's looking, says more about you than almost anything else. It gets right to the heart of who you are and who you're becoming. All right, so let's talk about that internal guide, your moral compass. We're going to break down the tools that actually guide you in those moments. So what even is moral development? It's not about, just following a list of don'ts. It's way deeper than that. It's that process of getting to a place where you stick to what you believe in, no matter what, even when it's just you. It's about having your own internal code. And this journey usually happens in a few stages. When we're kids, it's all about stage 1, obligation. I won't do that because I'll get in trouble. Simple. Then we move into stage 2, shared benefit. We do the right thing because it's good for the group. It helps everyone get along. But the real goal, the place we're all trying to get to, is stage 3, inner belief. That's when you do what's right just because it's right. Because it's who you are. No reward, no punishment. Just you and your principles. This quote right here, I don't want to win like this. That's stage 3 in a nutshell. Think about a student who could cheat, get an A, and no one would ever know. But they don't. Why? It's not about getting caught. It's about knowing they wouldn't feel good about a win they didn't earn. That's integrity. So how do these two ideas, moral identity and moral growth, fit together? I love this analogy. Think of your moral identity, that picture you have in your head of the kind of person you want to be, as your backbone. It's your core structure. And moral growth, those are the muscles. Every choice you make, every time you practice a value, you're doing a rip. You're strengthening that identity. You really can't have one without the other. They work together to build who you are.
And look, this isn't something you just figure out and you're done. No way. This is a lifelong journey. How you make choices and why you make them, it all changes and evolves right along with you.
You can kind of map this out over a lifetime, right? When we're little, it's all about, will I get a cookie or will I get a timeout? Then we hit our teen years and suddenly it's all about what our friends think, what's cool, fitting in with the group. But as we get older, into adulthood and beyond, something shifts. Our choices start coming from a much deeper place, our own personal code, a real philosophy for life. And every one of these stages is totally essential. They're all part of the process. But let's be real, this path is not a straight line. It's full of twists and turns. So we gotta talk about avoiding moral traps. And the key here is not to beat yourself up over them. Think of them less as failures and more like, traps on a map. Things to be aware of so you can navigate around them. Okay, here are 3 big ones you'll probably recognize. First, there's performative morality. That's doing the right thing, but only for the likes, only when people are watching. Then you've got selective morality. When you're super principled about one thing, but kind of let it slide when it's inconvenient. And the last one, justification. That's that little voice in your head that says, come on, everybody does it. Just being able to spot these traps when they appear is half the battle. All right, enough theory. Let's get to the good stuff. How do you actually do this? Let's talk about building your true self. I'm going to give you some real practical tools you can start using on your own personal quest, like right now. First exercise, the daily mirror. This is so simple, but it's a game changer. Every night before you crash, just take 60 seconds. Ask yourself 2 things. 1, When today did I act like the person I want to be? And 2, when did I miss the mark and why? Seriously, doing this one thing builds a ton of self-awareness. Okay, exercise 2, the small challenge. Here's what you do. Pick one value, just one. Let's say honesty. For the next week, your only job is to consciously practice being honest, especially when it's a little hard. This is literally how you build those moral muscles we were talking about. All right, exercise 3 is the identity journal. And this one's a big one. Once a week, grab a notebook or open a doc and just answer this single question. Who am I when no one is watching? Don't filter it. Just be honest. The whole point is to connect with who you are at your core. And last but not least, exercise 4, the decision chair. This is a super quick mental trick for when you're facing a tough choice. Just stop and imagine your future self, you 10 years from now, looking back at this very moment, and ask them, are you going to be proud of what I'm about to do? It's an amazing way to make sure the choices you make today are building a future you'll actually respect. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that your moral growth is a lifelong project. It's not about being perfect. It's about the building process. You're building your character one small choice at a time, like laying one brick perfectly, then the next and the next. You are the architect of you. So I'll leave you with this one last question to chew on. If you could do something, anything, and you were 100% guaranteed that nobody would ever find out, would you do it? Your answer to that question? Well, that's where you'll find the real you.